today, finally. The moment the entire football world had been waiting for with bated breath came to life. The highly anticipated final of the Spanish Super Cup, Barcelona versus Real Madrid, a clash that, by itself, carries monumental weight. But this time, it meant even more. Not only was it the first El Clásico of the year, it was a title-deciding showdown between two of the greatest clubs in football history. Fans, media, and players across the globe tuned in, turning this match into a true global spectacle, watched minute by minute in countless countries. In the days leading up to kickoff, the atmosphere felt like a final before the season's end. And for good reason. This wasn't just another fixture on the calendar. It was about silverware, pride, validation of each club's project, and the chance to lift the very first trophy of the year. A win that often sets the tone for everything that follows. Team morale, coaching confidence, fan patience, especially for squads still rebuilding and seeking stability. Both Barcelona and Real Madrid arrived in strong form. Recent results had been positive, collective cohesion was visibly improving, and key players were delivering at a high level. All of this amplified expectations for a fiercely contested, balanced battle, decided by fine margins, as these giants so often are in knockout clashes. Still, all eyes were slightly more focused on Barcelona. Why? Because in their last meeting, Real Madrid emerged victorious but under unusual circumstances. Back then, Barça was severely depleted, missing crucial figures like Rafinha, Lamini Amalu, and John Garcia, players now seen as pillars of the squad, whether through offensive spark, defensive grit, or tactical intelligence. That absence heavily limited Anciflick's options and compromised the team's overall performance. But this time, the situation was completely different. With a near-full squad, physically fresh, tactically sharper, and mentally stronger, many believed Barcelona finally had the tools to stand toe-to-toe with their fiercest rival and prove their growth on the biggest stage. And that's exactly what we saw on the pitch. From the opening whistle, Barcelona looked organized, intense, and utterly committed to their identity. They pressed with coordination, circulated the ball with purpose, held compact lines, and showed zero fear facing Real Madrid in such a high-stakes environment. They controlled critical phases of the game, remained solid when defending, endured moments of heavy pressure, and demonstrated remarkable maturity, knowing precisely when to accelerate the tempo and when to slow things down and manage the flow. That kind of composure hasn't always been present in recent finals, making this performance all the more impressive. It was clear, this was a different Barcelona, emotionally steadier, tactically disciplined, and filled with players willing to step up when it mattered most. The Camp Nou faithful recognized it instantly, applauding not just the result, but the attitude, the fight, and the seriousness shown in such a demanding final. The collective effort stood out above all. Defense, midfield, and attack moved as one unit. Tactical instructions were followed meticulously. Multiple players shined, not just through skill, but through intelligence, game reading, and flawless execution under immense pressure. All signs point to one conclusion. Barcelona's sporting project is finally taking shape. It's gaining identity, consistency, and the resilience needed to compete and win in the sport's most pressurized arenas. Now, here's where things get truly fascinating. After the final whistle, one of the most talked about moments didn't happen on the field, but in the mixed zone. Kylian Mbappé, yes, the Real Madrid star, offered striking praise for Barcelona. Despite playing for the opposition, he openly acknowledged the quality, unity, and competitive intensity displayed by the Catalan side throughout the 90 minutes. Coming from a player of his stature, that recognition carries enormous weight. But let's rewind for a moment. Even before kickoff, Mbappé's availability was a major storyline. Just hours before the match, serious doubts lingered over whether he'd be fit to play at all. He'd only received medical clearance at the very last minute, after extensive tests, repeated evaluations, and cautious monitoring. While cleared to feature, it was obvious he wasn't at 100%. That uncertainty created real tension within the Madrid camp, affecting both tactical planning and emotional readiness. Mbappé is, without question, a game changer. His presence alters defenses, creates space, and can decide matches in seconds. Yet, deploying him while not fully fit carried risks, reduced impact, potential re-injury, or even disrupting the team's rhythm in such a finely balanced contest. And yet, after the dust settled, Mbappé showed remarkable class. In his post-match comments, he spoke with honesty and respect. He admitted he expected an incredibly tough, intense, and unforgettable clash, exactly what you'd anticipate from a Clásico final. He emphasized that Real Madrid prepared thoroughly, entered the match with courage, competitiveness, and deep respect for their rivals. He went on to say that facing Barcelona is never easy, not because of reputation alone, but because of their legacy, their squad depth, their tactical clarity, and the sheer weight of their jersey. Every duel against them, he noted, is special, challenging, and emotionally charged. Mbappé also shared that matches like this are what elite athletes live for: the electric atmosphere, the historic rivalry, the stakes. This, he said, is why we play football. Most notably, he expressed genuine admiration for Barcelona, calling it a privilege to face them, praising the relentless standard they set, and revealing he's already looking forward to their next encounters. His words made one thing crystal clear. Despite the fierce rivalry, there's mutual respect and a shared understanding that Barça and Madrid will continue writing football's most dramatic chapters together. That kind of acknowledgement from one of the planet's best players is rare, and it underscores just how strongly Barcelona impressed in this Clásico. They didn't just compete, they evolved. They showed unity, maturity, and the ability to challenge anyone, especially when operating at full strength. In the end, regardless of the scoreboard, the Spanish Super Cup final delivered everything fans hoped for: a spectacle of giants, non-stop intensity, edge-of-your-seat drama, and proof that this rivalry burns brighter than ever. Now, many fans praised Barcelona's performance today, highlighting their discipline, heart, and tactical intelligence. Others believe they could have raised their level even higher in certain moments. So, here's my question for you. On a scale from 0 to 10, what grade would you give Barcelona for their performance against Real Madrid today? Drop your honest rating in the comments. I'll be reading every single one. And don't forget to subscribe, because the next chapter of this rivalry is already being written.